world headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.
I think we'll start with the Ukrainian women and their bravery and how incredible they have been. You know, there are women that are taking their children to the border, handing over their children and coming
must be
back
awful,
to
mustn't
fight,
it?
which I cannot fathom myself as a mother. I didn't realise this, but there are 2 million more Ukrainian women than men in Ukraine.
Is that right?
Yeah, 2 million more. That's quite a sum, isn't it? And they have a right to equality in combat as well. So it's completely equal across the board. And 23% of the Ukrainian armed forces are already women. So, you know, the women there are a real fighting force.
Well, I've seen a lot of pictures of some of even just the MPs, like holding Kalashnikovs, saying, I've been learning how to use a machine gun.
Well, there's a woman here who has... She's 79 years old, and she's just found out how to... Her name is Venetia, or I'm not going to pronounce the surname, but she's 79 years old, and she's just learnt how to use a firearm. We've had cases of older Ukrainian women, you know, swatting drones with cans of tomatoes when they see them flying past.
I saw a story of a woman chucking some cucumbers at them or something.
That's it. Amazing. You know, so, you know, really kind of as women, I feel that as women... To go back to the COVID thing, it really was the women that were the driving force against a lot of the misinformation and making sure that, you know, dodgy things didn't happen. I think because we were mothers with children, we really kind of were a force, and I think this is the same in the Ukraine.
With a lot of
women
things,
are really powerful.
The women are the family kind of unit, aren't they, really? I mean, as much as men might even in some cases be the only provider, which is not true, obviously, in a lot of cases. But you know, the women kind of are the glue that holds it all together.
Yeah, very much the life force. But, you know, when I was reading these stories, it made me reflect, and I don't think I could do what some of these women are doing. So, you know, if my husband's staying behind to fight, I feel that I would have to go and be with my children, so they didn't lose both parents if it got to that.
Right.
But some of these women are saying, you know, I have to go and fight for my children.
Yes.
And we're making sure that the genetic pool of our Ukrainian ancestors is fine because our children are safe, but we're going to go back and we're going to fight. And, you know, the resilience of these people fighting for their land is incredible.
It really is. And I think Putin wasn't expecting that, which he should have done, really, knowing what he should have known about people in Ukraine. Because I've even seen pictures of kids actually doing things. There was a picture yesterday of 2 kids who were as young as 7 or 8 piling sandbags up somewhere in one of the port cities, you know, like taking part in the kind of war effort.
And getting involved.
Incredible.
Let's just hope that these men in suits, because it is the men in suits, can come to some agreement that is going to stop this, because as we said, it's 2 weeks now, and you know those 2 weeks of damage will take 2 decades to get over. The longer it goes on, the more harm that it's doing. We have to find a solution to stop this from continuing. The war must stop.
It must, because it's never the answer. I mean, there have been some wars that have had to happen, obviously the Second World War being one of them. But this doesn't have to happen. No, and it shouldn't be happening.
It's power plays, and we can find a way of appeasing those dictators that need lots of power. There's ways of doing it, and there's ways of, you know, coming to a diplomatic solution so this ends and innocent people stop being harmed. Because that's it. You know, I don't want to get involved with the politicos. Putin's obviously, you know, got a massive ego and is feeling very threatened, and therefore he's attacking. It's just I can't even get my head around what's going on. All I can see are innocent children, mothers, men dying, civilians dying,
and cities being destroyed. I mean, if you see the state of some of the inner cities now, it's just horrible.
And Ukraine was beautiful. Then it will take, like we said, decades to get back. So I just wanted to kind of give a big up to the brilliant Ukrainian women who are just a force to be reckoned with. You don't want to mess with women, Mike. You don't want to mess with us.
I very rarely do. Honestly, I've learned my lesson many years ago